not do this when you're buying a property with an FHA loan. If you are thinking you can get a property with an FHA loan and then rent the property right away, you cannot do that. That is mortgage fraud. In this video, I explain how it really works. With an FHA loan, you have to live in the property as your primary residence for at least 1 year. So that means you can't get a home with an FHA loan and then after you close, you rent it out from day one. Why though? Well, that's because the FHA loan was designed to help people become homeowners, especially first-time buyers with lower credit scores and smaller down payments. So it's not really meant for investors. If you do want to turn a property you finance with an FHA into an investment property, let me tell you how. The way you can do this is by house hacking. With house hacking, you can either do the rent by the room method or the rent by the unit method. For a single unit property like a single family home, condo, or townhome, you typically will use the rent by the room method where you live in one room and rent the other room out to a tenant. For multifamily, typically you will use the rent by the unit method. If it's a duplex, for example, you'll live in one unit and then you rent the entire other unit out to a tenant or a family, right? But if you want to do a mixture of the rent by the room and rent by the unit method for multifamily, depending on your layout of your unit, let's say your unit is a 2-2, you have 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, right? You can rent one room out to a tenant and you live in one room. And then for the other units, you rent the other units completely out. For multifamily, the number of units to be considered residential is 4 or less. To be considered commercial is 5 units or more. The FHA loan only applies to residential properties, so the multifamily that you're buying has to be 4 units or less for the FHA loan to apply. After living in the property for at least 1 year, now you can legally, without committing mortgage fraud, rent the entire unit out as an investment property. Alright, this is gonna rhyme. The FHA loan is your stepping stone to buy a property and then eventually turn it into your investment home. All jokes aside, the FHA loan is a great product if you want to buy your first home. And if you learned something today, follow me for more content like this, and also save this video so you can refer back to it when you're getting closer to buying your first home or you're ready to start your journey of building wealth through real estate. Peace.